Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the internet, Fathead from Infinite Combo here. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's very near and dear and quite frustrating to me in Gears of War 4. I'm talking about, of course, quitting out of ranked matches, like what I think the quit penalty should be, and an idea I've also had for a while about how to help the people out who get stuck in those situations when their teammates quit and they don't want to quit themselves. Well, without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start off with quite the obvious here that I'm sure everybody has realized at this point, is that when teammates quit out of a game or lag out of a game, it sucks, man. I personally hate it when either side quits or lags out. The game becomes boring, one-sided, and I just don't want to play it, whether it's a win or a loss. So, now that we all understand that, if you didn't already, what can we do to make people not want to quit? I mean, besides handing them a win every time, which seems to be the reason that they quit. No, I think we need to implement a bit of a severe quit penalty. Now, no one cares about their XP. Once they get ranks and everything, they get the achievement, they're set with that. You can derank them all you like. How about time? Halo 5 did it, and Halo 5 did it very well. If you rage quit out of a competitive or ranked multiplayer match, you had, I believe it was 15 minutes, something like that, where you couldn't rejoin matchmaking. The idea was to give yourself time to cool down, time to relax and realize that this is just a game and you're not getting paid for it. Calm down, chill out, try again later. I personally think this is a brilliant quit penalty because I played Halo 5 a lot and I quit out of several matches and had this happen to me. What did I do? I took the penalty. I relaxed, I calmed down, I watched some Netflix, and then I went back into it and had the next 6 games. I was just a monster. It was not only a way to make people realize that quitting has a consequence for them, but at the same time, maybe that's the reason you're not doing so well and you're raging in the first place. You need a break, but don't want to give yourself one. A forced break sometimes is the only way. And the more you quit out of the games, the longer the penalty became. I think it was an extra 10 minutes or something like that for every quit after the initial 10-15 minute ban. I think something either exactly like this or very similar needs to be implanted in Gears. Now, everyone's sitting there going, well, that's great, Fathead, fantastic, but what if my internet's just being crappy that day? The game can't tell the difference between a legitimate, I'm going to press start and go down to return to main menu, and if I'm just lagging out. Don't worry, I've got you covered on that. We're going to do a 3-strike rule. The first 3 quits, whether they are legitimate rage quits and you're going back to the main menu, or bad internet, disconnects, lag outs, or you just don't want to play because of how much lag there is. Those first 3, every single day, those are freebies. You will not get punished for them. You can rejoin matchmaking immediately afterwards. You will not be insta-banned because your internet's just mistreating you that day. Now, upon quitting and or disconnecting the 4th time, that's when your ban will begin. It'll be a 15-minute temp ban, which is a nice little buffer zone. It's too much time for most angry people to wait, and, you know, a long enough time to get something to eat, go to the bathroom, get something to drink. So you have a 15-minute temp ban. You can't play any core or competitive playlists at this point. You are completely banned from them for 15 minutes. You can play social and private all you like. Now, once that's over, every single quit after that will tack on an extra 5 minutes. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but believe me, I have seen, and I've been one of those guys one night where I simply was just quitting out of every other match. I think I quit out of 12 matches one night in Gears 2 and I just couldn't get a good connection or was just being bad at the game. And I'll tell you, I can only imagine a 15-minute temp ban turning into a 20, then 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60-minute ban. Oh my god, that would get to me really quickly, and the message would just, at least for me, be very direct. So 5 extra minutes for each quit after your 4th one. Of course, once again, social and private are still up for grabs. Now, these bans would only be in effect for a 24-hour period, so you could not have someone getting banned for like a week and a half from Gears for having terrible internet. That would just be absurd. So it would be a 24-hour period, and then after that 24-hour period, it would reset. I mean, come on, if 343 Studios can figure out how to track people in Halo, it can't be that hard for the guys over the Coalition. They should be able to get this in place, right? Well, alright, now that we've got what the quit penalty, I think that's a big thing. This is what I think it should be. It's merely an opinion. I have another idea I think you guys might really enjoy for if you get stuck in the situation where it's a 3v5 or a 2v5 and the enemy team's just humping you trying to get you to quit. So say you're playing King of the Hill, right? And you're about half a round in, then out of nowhere, two of your teammates quit. Just back-to-back quit. Maybe the enemy team was too tough for them. Maybe they just didn't want to listen to you making suggestions. Who knows? But here you find yourself in a 3v5 situation, and you're tearing it up. You're getting kills, you're wall bouncing, your movement's on point, and you're capping and breaking the hill. You want to get your experience, and you don't want to suffer the consequences of a quit penalty, because maybe your internet's been bad that day and you finally fixed it. So how would you get yourself out of this situation? Well, I got the idea sort of a little bit from Left 4 Dead, a little bit from League of Legends. You have a forfeit button. In the options, you press start and go to options, you could call for a forfeit. Now this option would only be available if you were 2 or more guys down. So, like I said, if the 5v5 turns into a 3v5 in the enemy's favor, you could bring up a call to vote. Because one guy down doesn't make the situation impossible. It's just a lot tougher. I've won several 4v5s in Gears of War 4 so far. But once you get 2 guys down and the enemy team is still full, that's when you're really in trouble. I've only won one 3v5 in all the Gears of War 4 I've played, and all the Gears of War 3 I think I've won 2. So this little system would ensure that if you guys call to vote, the system would log it as such, and no one would get a quit penalty. Everyone walks out happy, no experience is awarded, but you don't get banned. Or maybe you can award the experience. I don't know, we can still workshop it a bit. Well guys, this has been my grand plan for how to deal with quitting, the penalties, and maybe something to, give back to people who get stuck in that situation. You don't want to screw them over entirely. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you like the idea of maybe having a forfeit button? Do you like the time ban? Has the time ban helped you guys out in any way whatsoever? Well guys, this has been Fathead from Infinite Combo sharing my thoughts on Gears of War with you. If you like what you see, share the video, like it, subscribe. Really helps us out and shows us that you care about what we do here at Infinite Combo. Well, until next time guys, stay infinite.